All right, guys, so we have to talk about a controversy that is flying under the radar. A controversy that is being dubbed Pitchgate, okay? As MLB during Pride Month has had some controversies, right? The main controversy was with the Tampa Bay Rays players whom refused to wear the rainbow logo / patches that the team wanted them to wear it during Pride Night, right, as a show of support. Now, there were a few brave players that stood up and said, you know what, I'm not comfortable with this. This goes against my religious beliefs. I am not for any type of discrimination when it comes to people that are part of the LGBTQ community. However, I just can't come out here and openly push that type of lifestyle that goes against my beliefs. Now, this was interpreted by the mainstream liberal media as homophobia and transphobia, right? There were think piece articles that were written basically saying that these players were using Jesus as a shield for their bigotry. Okay, that's what the mainstream liberal media said. So that being said, we got to talk about another controversy involving MLB, right? As apparently, Fox Sports refused to air the first pitch that was thrown by a transgender woman at a Giants game, right? Now, this pitch was during Pride Day, right, at Oracle Park. Okay, so they had a transgender woman, again, giving the first pitch in celebration of Pride Day, and Fox Sports said, you know what, we're not going to air this. We're not going to put this on television. And obviously, again, that has caused some outrage, okay, because, you know, Fox apparently snubbed this transgender woman. So with that being said, I want to read about this because this is interesting. Former Jeopardy champion Amy Schneider was honored to throw out the pitch on Pride Day at Oracle Park in San Francisco over the weekend. Amy became a household name after she won over 40 games in a row on the trivia game show. She took to Twitter to share how excited she was before the big game. All right, so here's the thing. If you guys don't know who Amy Schneider is, this person competed as a woman on Jeopardy. Or put it this way, they categorized this person as a woman on Jeopardy despite being a biological man. Now, this biological man who was categorized as a woman ended up breaking a whole lot of records, including the woman's record for the amount of, I think, prize money earned or the amount of wins in a row or something like that. I don't remember exactly which record it was. But anyways, put it this way. This is the most successful woman in Jeopardy history. That is basically the title that this person has, which brings up a whole lot of questions, right? About, okay, at this point, is there anything that men are not better than women at? Okay, because men are now being put on magazine covers. We're talking about swimsuit magazine covers that have been traditionally reserved for women. Men are now winning beauty pageants over women. Men are dominating women in sports. Okay, now men are dominating women, right, when it comes to intellectual game shows, right? Because they're now categorizing biological men as women and saying that, you know what, they're the best women, right? The smartest women are actually men, right? That's what's happening, right? That is what is happening. Again, they couldn't just say that this was the most successful and highest earning transgender person to compete. They couldn't do that. They actually had to just replace the top woman, right, on Jeopardy with a man, because the man says, hey, I'm a woman, right? Again, this is incredible stuff. This is what a lot of these people on the woke left are signing up for, right? The erasure of women, right? That's what's happening. But hey, it is what it is. This is what they want. So again, this person is being celebrated, right, at Pride Night at a San Francisco Giants game, and they're supposed to throw out the first pitch. Let's actually read this person's tweet. Second, I'm super excited for tomorrow. One reason is that it's Pride Night at the San Francisco Giants game, and I'll be throwing out the first pitch. However, believe it or not, that's only the second most exciting thing I'm doing tomorrow. Many fans tune in to watch the show, but unfortunately, if they tune into Fox Sports, they didn't get to see Amy at all. Fox Sports didn't show Amy throwing out the first pitch. So let's actually watch Amy Schneider here actually throw out the first pitch. So that wasn't too bad. This woman kind of pitches like a man. Go figure. Kind of gives the term drag bunt a whole new meaning. Right? Let's read more here. Instead of showing Amy throwing out the first pitch, Deadspin noted that Fox News decided to re-air Thursday's first pitch from Kirk Busch to promote an upcoming NASCAR race. So apparently Fox was just like, nah, we're not about to air this, right? We're not about to air this. We learned our lesson from the backlash that happened last week when Fox News, okay, and they're all owned by the same conglomerate, but Fox News aired a segment where they were promoting a transgender teenager, okay, some kid out in Southern California that transitioned at the age of 5, right? And they were promoting that as normal, okay? They even said it was conservative and a Christian thing to do, right? The audience didn't like that too well, right? So it seems like maybe some people at Fox Corporation said, you know what? Let's just skip over this transgender woman here throwing out the first pitch. And apparently, in another broadcast, a follow-up sports broadcast of another game, the sports announcers that were doing that game actually kind of called out Fox for not airing the first pitch from Amy Schneider. Take a listen.
I want to make a correction from what I watched yesterday, the Fox broadcast. The broadcast implied that Kurt Busch threw out the first pitch yesterday, which was not true. Of NASCAR fame, Kurt Busch threw out the first pitch on Thursday. It was Amy Schneider from Jeopardy fame who threw out the first pitch on Pride Day yesterday. So I just wanted to make sure that she got her due.
Yeah, she had a pretty good arm too.
That's what I heard.
I was impressed. Plus, she could tell you the weight of the baseball, how many seams were on it, and what country it was manufactured in.
In question form.
Yeah, so I found that to be hilarious, okay? Because this guy is like, I'm impressed with her arm strength, right? The type of arm that she has. And I'm like, well, I wonder why, right? I wonder why you're impressed by the arm strength, the pitching ability of this woman, right? I wonder why you're so impressed. Again, these people kill me, bro, when they'll work virtue signaling. One user wrote, love Crunk and Kuip talking about how that other stupid sports broadcast from yesterday basically erased the ceremonial first pitch from Amy Schneider. I'm glad they called them out. Giants broadcaster Dwayne Camper presented Amy with flowers during Sunday's game as an apology, saying, want to make a correction from what I watched yesterday on the Fox broadcast. The broadcast implied that Kurt Busch threw out the first pitch yesterday, which was not true. Kurt Busch threw out the first pitch on Thursday. It was Amy Schneider from Jeopardy fame who threw out the first pitch on Pride Day yesterday. I just wanted to make sure she got her due. Cooper added. One user posted, I love Crump and Coop. Thanks for giving props to Amy for throwing out the first pitch yesterday after MLB on Fox purposely edited from their broadcast. Hashtag San Francisco Giants. Amy commented on the post, noticing her admission, saying, well, that's Fox for you. Yeah, so she's throwing a little shade. On Thursday afternoon, Amy decided to give her final thoughts on the matter and close the controversy once and for all. Quote, last comments on Pitchgate or whatever, the director of the MLB on Fox broadcast Saturday reached out to me personally to apologize. He reiterated that it had nothing to do with my identity and that Fox Sports has never been told how to cover or not cover Pride. I believe him and have accepted his apology. It was just a misunderstanding, so we can close the book on it. So whether or not Fox Sports actually did it on purpose or not, I mean, let's be real. They definitely did it on purpose, right? They definitely was like, nope, we're just going to not air this transgender person's first pitch, and we're going to hope that people don't notice, right? That's exactly what they did, okay? Because, I mean, listen, baseball's audience, who's watching these baseball games on TV? It's probably not a bunch of the woke crowd, right? So a lot of people probably weren't going to actually notice. But, again, there were going to be some people that did notice, and you know, they called him out for it. Now, again, Fox Sports is apologizing, but I'm like, yo, if you didn't want to air it, then just say, hey, we didn't want to air it. You know, keep it 100. Because, I mean, look, we all know why they didn't do it. Like, come on. They could have still promoted NASCAR and still aired the first pitch from this person. They could have done both, but they just chose not to. And that's okay. Just say, hey, we chose not to air the first pitch and deal with the backlash, right? Deal with the mob. But don't apologize for it because we know you did it on purpose. So some of Amy's fans responding in support said, that is incredibly gracious of you. Always a class act. So gracious. I'm glad that you got a personal apology. And again, congrats on throwing out that first pitch. Giving Fox way more grace than they deserve for this is very Amy of you. Yeah, so this person doesn't seem to be mad about it. I mean, it is what it is. But, you know, hey, Fox decided that they didn't want to do it. I don't think they should apologize for it. They should have just owned up to it and say, yeah, we did it on purpose. We didn't want to, you know, air your first pitch. It is what it is. That's what they should have did, right? Don't come out here and apologize for something just because you got red-handed refusing to air this person's first pitch. Just own up to it, okay? It is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.